Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I'm gonna show you how to make pasta. Now you can make it low carb. This is super high protein. This pasta has over 200 grams of protein, okay? So this is great for meal prepping. This is great if you're trying to hit your protein macro goal for the day, okay? Because I usually tend to go for 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal. I've really been trying to focus on hitting my protein goal daily. I've been working out regularly again. Thankfully, it took me so long. It literally took me years to get back into like a consistent workout routine. And so now I'm really trying to focus on the nutrients that's going into my body. I'm trying to focus on, I always focus on the ingredients, but I feel like now that I'm really putting in the work, now I'm just like that much more focused on my ingredients, how much protein I'm getting, making sure that I'm not eating an excess amount of calories, because I am trying to turn a lot of just like fat into muscle. I feel like that's a goal all the time for most of us. If we're not either trying to lose weight, we're trying to tone our body, we're trying to do this, we're trying to grow our glutes, our legs, our this and that. So anyway, this is a great meal. It is a chicken, think of chicken fettuccine Alfredo, but we are using a different type of pasta. Now you're just gonna wanna find your favorite low carb pasta or your favorite pasta in general for this. I have made this without pasta and it is delicious, okay? So you can do either or. I'm gonna do the pasta just because this is also a very high protein pasta. This alone has, it adds an additional 20 plus grams of protein. Then we have our chicken. So this is also great because the chicken, this is like a lazy version. So this is a rotisserie chicken. I just kind of shredded that up. So this adds a ton of protein. I'm also adding cottage cheese, which I've already blended, okay? And I have it over here in our blender. So I have cottage cheese. The cottage cheese adds an additional 24 grams of protein, I believe. So we have protein in our cottage cheese, protein in our chicken, protein in our pasta. We also have protein in our bone broth. So my favorite bone broth to use is the one from Kettle and Fire. This little tiny container has 19 grams of protein, okay? So you can add this to soups, to casseroles. You can drink it out of a mug, like to break your fast. So many uses, and this is natural protein and collagen, which we all know that collagen is amazing for hair, skin, and nails, right? So adding it to our pasta, so what we're gonna do is instead of using water, I'm gonna use bone broth. So it's gonna make it just that much more nutrient dense. It's gonna add in all the protein. It's organic ingredients, super clean, best tasting. I am obsessed. I'll actually leave this linked in the description below. Just type in Low Carb Love 20. That'll get you 20% off on your entire order. Stock up, because this is amazing, not only for soups, but it's great to have even just in a mug. Instead of breaking your fast with like coffee, trust me, I used to do that all the time. It's amazing to break your fast with bone broth. It's great for your gut barrier. On top of just getting that natural collagen, you get a ton of protein. So this is basically what we're gonna be using to make our casserole. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of dump everything in so you can see how easy it is to make this casserole. You can meal prep it. It's great if you're always on the go, you're a busy mom, you have kiddos, whatever the case is, this is going to be a crowd pleaser, okay? So let's start off with our pasta. Now just find your favorite low carb pasta. We have our chicken, so shredded chicken, a really good amount of chicken. Okay, then we have our broccoli. Get that. Little broccoli florets. We are gonna use our Kettle and Fire bone broth. Now I'm using chicken. I have their beef. I have a lot of their soups, like all of their stuff. I'm always stocking up on them because I know how nourishing they are. And usually for about 12 ounces of pasta, you want about 3.5 cups of liquid. So we're using the bone broth. I also have some Alfredo here. And then I also have the blended cottage cheese. So all of that counts as liquid. So now we have our Alfredo. Okay, and then we have our cottage cheese that's going in. And I did not add any additional liquid to our cottage cheese. Sometimes it does get it like you have to blend it a few times to make sure it doesn't get like stuck, but it's worth it because it just adds so much creaminess to your dishes and a ton of protein. We have all of our ingredients in there. I am going to add in some seasoning. So we have our onion powder. We have some garlic powder. You already know you gotta hit it with the salt and pepper. Okay, we're gonna go in with some Parmesan cheese. So I ended up giving everything a good mix. I added all the bone broth. I even added a little bit of extra milk, which don't worry, the recipe will be in the description below. I just felt like it needed a little bit more liquid. So now we are going to top it with mozzarella. Look at this. My oven is also preheated to 400 degrees. Okay, so you want to make sure that that is done, especially if you are making this with me. Make sure your oven is ready to go. So 400 degrees, everything in here is pretty much cooked. All we want to do is warm everything up and also melt the cheese. Okay, so it should be ready, I would say 20 minutes, but I will show you what this looks like once it is done. Okay, so this is going in, and dinner will be served. All right, guys, so I pulled this baby out. OMG, look at this texture. It looks so creamy. This is gonna be such a decadent dinner. I cannot wait for you to try this. I'm gonna let it cool for a teeny tiny bit because this is gonna burn my mouth. And then I'm just gonna throw a little bit of chili flakes and we're going in for the taste test. All right, guys, so I am going to do a little taste test here in this corner. This is dinner, so I'm not gonna like serve myself yet. But we do need to do a really good taste test together. I'm getting a little bit of the broccoli, the chicken, the pasta. Whew, it is hot. There you go, big juicy bite. Cheers. What is it about pasta? Creaminess, just being so satisfying. Nice hearty meal, so easy. You literally saw me throw everything together and look at this deliciousness. It is ooey, it is creamy, it is cheesy, it is decadent, and this is just the perfect dinner. I feel like you can do a garlic bread, a cheesy bread, some rolls, you can do a side salad to go with it. It's just like the perfect dish. You have the chicken, the broccoli, you have the creaminess, the cheesiness. It's just like it all comes together. So this is perfect for meal prep as well. If you're someone who is trying to, you know, you're really trying to stick to it. You don't want to go out to eat when you're at work, okay? Because I know it's just easier to go and order out. This way, you know, you are staying on track. You're eating enough protein. You're still sticking to low carb or whatever your goals are. You know that you are not gonna go off plan, okay? So things like this are great. If you have it for dinner, save the rest for meal prep. You have it for the week. Whether you're a busy mom, whether you are working, whether you're a student, whatever the case is, you can have something to nourish your body throughout the week, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'm gonna leave it linked in the description below. I have my meal plan linked there for you as well. Make sure you grab that, share that with friends and family if they're on a weight loss journey, or maybe they're just trying to make healthier choices in their life. That could be super, super helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.